Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singer-songwriters and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guest is a singer-songwriter performer originally from Niagara Falls, Ontario. His music is played on radio stations around the globe, and he has performed live across North America and Europe. His performance style was honed as a practicing method actor. His approach is honesty without a preconceived outcome and a pinch of poetic justice. He will leave you scratching your head and tapping your toes. So, let's spill the tea with Thunderclap. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, David. How you doing?
I'm doing well. And I have to say that the audience is going to be in for a real treat with your with the song that we've selected for today. It does have a bit of a theatrical flair, which we're not surprised because you do have a theatrical background in your resume. So let's talk about the transition or what's happening between acting and music, because it seems, are you doing both at the moment? Are you acting and performing in music as well?
I'm doing both at the moment, but I mean, like, I'm not in any productions, any sort of productions at the moment. At the moment, I am concentrating fully and completely on Thunderclap to get to scratch, as I like to remind myself. I'm at the moment I am scratching that acting itch by my own productions, my own film productions, and any filmed content that I'm doing, which I have a lot prepared for the new year and in an ongoing fashion.
What got you interested in music and theater?
Music and theater? Well, I got into music when I was 13, 14 years old. And actually I just got a phone with my buddy, Ryan Mounsey, who I had a band with in Toronto as roommates with him and a collaborator with many years. But I don't know, I might have to blame him for getting him. He went to college, Niagara College film, the film program, and he got me into, we were always doing little skits and stuff like that and messing around with home video cameras. But he got me into his college, acting in his college film. So I might have to blame it on him.
You've been on tour. You've played around North America. And your music's been played over in Europe. When you go to a show, you think about so let's say the music genie is going to come down out of the sky and grant you a wish. If you could have any artist open for you at a show, who would it be?
Open for me?
Correct.
I don't think I'd let anybody open for me, but I see, I know what you're saying.
Or who would you like to open for?
Sure, that's probably even better. More question up my I can't give myself that much credit to let anyone I look up to open for me. No, I couldn't think that way. No, but I don't know. I mean, I was just watching a great interview. Billy Joel. I was just thinking today, some of my first influences were like Kenny Rogers and Billy Joel. Weirdly enough, maybe that's the only albums that were in my parents' house. So I was like, "What are these?" And I listened to them 100 times over. So. But I was just listening to an interview today with Billy Joel. Man, I would love to meet or play with or collaborate with or I mean, just be near the man. Billy Joel is, man, I recommend. I heard this interview with him and Howard Stern. Really neat and inspiring.
You've been on stage acting. You've also been on stage performing as a musician, singer, songwriter.
Sure.
How do you deal with the performance anxiety? Are you past it now? Do you have so much experience, or do you still get some jitters?
I always everyone. I think in general, also a question to go with that question would be like, do I get it? Do I get excited? Are you excited for this? Are you excited for the gig? Are you excited for the performance? And I say, my answer is always, I don't get excited. I just get prepared. So I don't get nervous, but I don't eat on the day of generally. And I just got to get back on. Yeah, it's a shame that there's some sort of nervousness before a show, but on the stage, you're just like, fine, you're completely fine. And then you're just glad that it's over, so to speak. I think you're just glad that that anticipation is over. but it's not really nervousness. It's just it's a in the moment kind of being preparedness.
Have you ever forgotten your lines?
Always. Consistently, I forget I don't know why. I have a lot of lyrics. I don't really have too many repeating lyrics in my songs.
Right.
They're all it's kind of like a little bit of a play, so to speak. Yeah, just there's not many repeating lyrics in my songs. So I do I do mix up my lyrics. But what's fun about it is that actually it's a great part of my show. What I do sometimes is generally there'll be a few people in the show that's seen me before, and I'll be able to go, what's my lyrics? What's my lyrics? I'll stop in the middle of the song.
Line?
Yeah, what's my line? And they'll shout like, oh yes. And it's kind of fun that way. I hate missing my lyrics, but that makes the show all the more better when I can do that.
It is like a live performance, a stage performance, because that's the same thing at a stage performance. There's very few repeating lines.
Yeah, that's right.
So now the big music genie is going to come down again and grant you another wish. And the music genie is going to say, I'm going to allow you to change one thing in the music industry to make it better. What would you change?
Well, not just the music. I would. Someone just brought this up to me the other day, or we commonly discuss this, and that being, no one discusses how the world has drastically changed from the internet. You know, we're in the internet age. I would take away the internet. I think life was better before the internet, plain and simple. Things are there's pros and cons to everything in life, but my goodness, I think the world was probably a better place and an easier place before the internet. No one discusses that much, you know.
Well, the music genie gives you the wish. So if the music genie ever comes down, maybe we'll lose the internet. How do you feel when you're writing a new song? And what's the process? Do you write a song in 30 minutes? Does it take you 30 days, or does it take you years?
Well, sometimes it takes people years if you're going to mishmash songs together, but it's never a good way. I've never been one, not since I was, when I first started, I'd write a song in 2 hours, but they generally weren't very good. And not to say there's anything wrong with that at all. I'll write a fast song for me would be an afternoon or a day, like a full day. That would be a really fast for me, but generally it takes me a few days, especially if you gotta work out the bugs. It's the editing process that you really make it shine. Like, I'm proud of this, and let's put this to bed, boys.
If you could collaborate with any other singer-songwriter, who would it be?
Well, let's say Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips. Rufus Wainwright would be neat. Love him to sing one of my songs. That'd be cool. I met him once in a movie theater when I was living in New York City.
Well, let's get into one of the songs that Thunderclap wrote. This song and track is from the album Strange Songs for Strange Times, which is being re-released this year in 2024. Let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Thunderclap and his song, Oh Yes. Here it is.
If you took one step down the path of sin, be prepared for destruction, boy, of black extremes. And don't be surprised to wake up and find you're someplace you thought you'd never ever be. And with that in mind, step right the first time and chart a course with no hand, with no roof to hit your head. And don't forget to put the walls out on the curb, and don't be disturbed that there's no floor beneath your feet. What I was saying before, well, one must sacrifice for focus and delve deep to the core. Wait, I've lost my track of that again. Help me here, what was it saying? Oh yes, here it is. So, with such power and possibilities, you might guess you'd get bored. Well, understand you can control that too. There's nothing you can't do. You could float through space, conjuring schemes, inventing the feelings, easy at your whim. The truth in life comes to us in rhymes. The message seems to be unrelenting.
That was singer-songwriter Thunderclap and his song, Oh Yes, Here It Is. What was the inspiration to write that song? What was happening in your life? What headspace were you in?
What don't cross me because I always win. Yeah, it's about the power of the afterlife, power of the God, whoever God you worship.
That song has a very theatrical feel to it. Was that intentional for you? Were you writing this song for the stage, or did it just happen to come out that way because of your background?
But no, I didn't write it. No, I just wrote it. I let the stream of conscious nature lead the way. It wasn't written for stage or in that way.
So when people listen to the song, what message are you trying to convey to them?
I find it really, really important for a song to be interpretive, as I really believe it important for most all artwork, or whether it be a painting or a movie or whatever, to have highly interpretive nature to it. And because it also makes it interactive for the audience. I think that's very important. To say that I wrote the song for myself, I have a saying. Is it on my wall? No, it's not on this wall, but the saying is, it's not for me and it's not from me. You know, I might write the song through this vessel, but I'd be a fool to think that the song is for me. It's for anyone to enjoy it and to interpret it. That's the most important.
So what's coming up for Thunderclap in the coming months?
I have to finish a documentary inspired by a Christmas song, which is about the growing homeless situation in the Niagara region. Specifically in this case, obviously, this is a pretty wide-ranging problem across the earth. I'm pretty grateful to have underway in the summer, Eastern Canadian tour, and then come back for a few weeks, and then I'm going out west for a few weeks, or it's actually a month, actually.
And we have been in conversation with Thunderclap. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, David.